How's it going, everyone? I'm future meteorologist Stephen Foray back here with another episode of your Weather News Podcast with Foray Predicts. I hope you're having a wonderful week, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Well, starting it off, we definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about this week. As you probably know, it's been pretty gusty here on the island. We've been having winds gust up to anywhere from 40 to 50 miles per hour, as the National Weather Service describes there. But luckily, that is expected to diminish this weekend. Winds will get significantly lighter. However, luckily, it didn't seem to have caused damage. And although it's starting to get colder here in New York and the tri-state area, it's still not cold enough yet for snow, even though that might be changing pretty soon. But did you know that there is a such thing as lake effect rain? Yeah, pretty much when it's not cold enough for that rain to turn into snow. Same thing. Basically what happens is the warm lake interacts with the cold air and precipitation forms. They have been getting slammed with it up in the Great Lakes area. Here's what their local National Weather Service had to say about it. Of course, bands of lake effect rain will impact areas as shown there. It's especially off of Lake Erie, and even some thunderstorms are coming with those bands of rain. Shifting gears now to severe weather. That's right, if you didn't know, fall has its own severe weather season, and that was pretty obvious this week as we saw, unfortunately, multiple tornadoes out there. Luckily, they weren't too strong. The Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service put out this tornado watch there in Texas, as they described there. Scattered damaging winds, of course, and significant hail, 1 to 5 inches. That's pretty crazy to see, and you can see the storms there on the radar. They were pretty strong, heavy winds there, so I hope everyone affected by these storms are okay. And what you see here is Melissa's original track. As it showed, originally it didn't have too well of a chance of developing, but obviously it did, as shown on that strong radar picture there. You could see that it moved all the way out by Jamaica and Cuba, as now is pretty much stalling there, so we have a lot to talk about for this storm. Let's get right into it. Here are the original key messages for the storm when it originally formed. Melissa is expected to bring heavy rainfall and, of course, the risk for flash flooding and danger to those islands of Haiti, the Dominican Republic, now, of course, Cuba and Jamaica. A hurricane watch has been issued as this storm is expected to intensify to a Category 4. Man, this is just pretty terrifying to see because it's looking like it's just going to stall there and be there and just dump rain and rain and rain and continue to have heavy winds. So I hope everyone that is going to be affected evacuates and stays safe from this storm. And now the most recent key messages from the National Weather Service. As I was just talking about, of course, due to Melissa's slow motion, the risk of a prolonged multi-day period of potentially damaging winds, heavy rainfall resulting in life-threatening flash flooding and numerous landslides and storm surge continues to increase for Jamaica. Just terrible to see. I hope everyone, please get out of Jamaica. You just don't want to risk it. And then there in Haiti, heavy rainfall will result again in catastrophic flash flooding and landslides. You get the message, guys. Get out. If you are in the track of the storm, please just get out and stay safe because it is just going to stall and stay there and dump rain and heavy winds. So you do not want to be anywhere near this storm. Well, guys, that does it for this weekend. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful weekend.